Hello, friends.
Mid.
Thank you for joining me. My name is Joel.
And this is the O2 Drop.
Ho, 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 you ho-ho-hos. Merry Christmas. It's time for the O2 Drop.
This is WA's number one VGC podcast for adults coming from Perth, home of us.
I'm saying world's best still. I'm sorry. I listened to Tough
This
Takes
is the world's
week.
most festive VGC podcast.
It's the world's best adult-only Pokemon podcast, all right? And
100%.
until I find one that even remotely competes, then I'm sticking with that.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to start today with some ASMR for you guys because my wife has baked some baked goods for the team.
Some Christmas goodies.
Yeah, we're gonna rate these as potential Christmas goodies. So I have a Malteser shortbread and a
I love how there's exactly four
yeah.
pieces of each one.
a caramel slice that has a base made out of cornflakes. Ethan, offer me.
Ethan's playing Battles and
Get the biscuit
Showdown.
first.
He's literally battling
I'm
on
losing.
Showdown right now.
I'm-
on his phone.
Ethan, get off Showdown while
I'm
we're
losing.
recording the podcast.
Let me lose quickly.
Let
there
me
we
lose
go.
quickly.
Yeah.
He's
You can lose
It's over.
quicker by
He's running
clicking the X button.
He's running Tinkerton. He won't last long.
I just did.
I know he's
Oh,
running
hang on.
Tinkerton. He's using my set.
So Malteser
Yeah, that was my
shortbread.
mistake.
All right. Oh, I thought we were going to do a countdown, but I guess we're just... All right.
Yeah, stuff it in there.
Get it, yeah.
Pretty good.
It's like a soft shortbread. It's not like a snappy shortbread.
Yeah, it's not a crumbly one, so it hasn't been made with that like minimal ingredient.
Yeah.
I was expecting a crunch, but I'm not disappointed.
I can get the vague Malteser flavor. It's not strong, but it's
No.
there.
So there's one bag of Maltesers across like 55 cookies. It made
Oh,
a
fuck.
huge batch.
To me, this just kind of feels like your average homemade chocolate chip cookie.
That's fair.
But, like, that's S tier, right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
And this has been done really well, so I'm giving it a 10 out of 10.
I'm getting little bits of like malt honeycomb crunch, like occasionally. Yeah, it's good. I'm going to give it like a 8.5.
Yeah.
I can only give it a 10, otherwise I'll be in the doghouse again.
I fuck so heavily with homemade chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yeah. She has this batch of like that she makes, which it has like 500 grams of sugar in it in a batch of cookies.
Yeah.
But like, oh,
you would
boy.
need it.
I'm just cleansing my palate between tasting like a
Yeah,
professional.
that's a
Like a
good idea.
version.
Have a glass of water. Also because as much as I love homemade chocolate cookies, Jesus, do they like suck the moisture out of your mouth?
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Well,
Not even because they're dry. It's
man.
just like there's so much like sugar and salt and like all those things in it. It really just dehydrates you.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for people to get their pieces of slice, shout out. We are getting listened to in 26 different countries right now.
Wow.
Yeah, 26. That's huge.
Yeah. So
Shout out to
Doing
all 26
baked,
of you.
Baked good reviews in 26 countries.
right now, huge in Sweden.
Huge and Sweden. The only continent that we haven't touched yet is Africa. So I think
And what about Antarctica?
nobody lives there permanently.
That's, well, yeah.
If someone on the station was listening to it, would Spotify tell us?
I'm not sure.
Oh, wow.
All right,
One would
if you're
hope.
listening and you work on expeditions to Antarctica, give our podcast a stream while you're down there so that we can see what
We
happens.
can see what happens.
The base is really crunchy. Like, you
Yeah.
can really feel the cornflake.
Yeah. So this is homemade caramel.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
It took like 20 minutes to make the caramel, man. She like did it properly.
What sort of chocolate is on top? Like what brand or like what? It's milk chocolate.
It's Cadbury.
Just Cadbury?
Yeah.
That's really fucking good, man.
The crunchy base that's not crumbly.
Can I retract my 10 out of 10 for the cookies?
If you want.
I didn't realize she could set the bar higher.
I'm going to say, for me, because of the cornflake and the caramel so sweet, I reckon dark chocolate would have been a 10.
Yeah.
I'm giving this a 9.
I think
It
dark
is-
chocolate would be a shout on top of that.
It is 45% dark.
Okay.
I debated it for a long time, right? Because I did the shopping. But supposedly 45% is really good for brownies. And I was like, caramel slice is kind of brownie level, but 75% next time is a shout.
Yeah.
That being said, that was good. Right, like that. Those are both real good. I'm giving them both 10s.
Nice.
And I've got diabetes now, probably as well.
Same.
Yeah.
I would eat more of that.
I'll bring more next time.
So Pokemon,
Please. Yes.
Pokemon. We recently had another regional championship.
Toronto, yes.
The third in 3 weeks plus a special event. Toronto Regional Championship. Won by everybody's favorite person on earth.
Diego
Excuse me,
Ferreira.
what?
Chris, you are wrong with this opinion.
What? Everybody's favorite person on earth, like what? Timothy Chalamet won regionals.
Can you imagine?
That'd be so cool. Wolf Glick has done it again
Wolfie Compare.
10-time regional champion.
with a Parish Trap team.
Yeah. So
Was it Parish Trap or just Parish Song?
it was Paris Trap because it had Gothitelle. I woke up this morning and I was like, literally turned on the stream and I was like, oh, look, Marcus Silva with the Sun team finishing runner-up. And oh, look, Wolfie winning a regional and running Paris Trap. It's like a day ending in Y. It's like, it's literally just a regular day in Pokemon world.
Yeah, Toronto's just doing your VGC wrapped. For the year.
Your
Yeah.
VGC rap.
This is what a victory.
If that isn't the most accurate interpretation of the results, holy shit.
I'll say it
This
again.
team is almost identical
If
to
I get
his
the
last
opportunity.
Parish Trap team.
Yes,
Ethan, you will
Ethan.
say nothing.
That's what I'm here for.
Good. Moving on.
Hit us, Ethan.
No, I was going to say this is what a victory lap for Regulation Set H is going to look like. Shit format. Throw it into the sun.
Disagree. Fuck you.
Hard disagree. And also, can we just say, like,
Cope didn't do well
it's
at regionals.
2024. Kingdra has a regional championship.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Polytoad has a regional championship.
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
How many Kingdra do you think rocked up to Toronto?
I know the answer because you told me earlier.
Yeah.
Do I have to guess? Do I?
Yes.
It's going to be one of those. Is it under or over 1.5? Is it one of those sort of
One.
questions?
Is it over or under 1.5?
Knowing Wolfie, because he does have a team building squad, like the Justin Karrases and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say there was like 3 regionals.
God, you're so close.
4.
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's that one?
Two Kingdras went and they had a 79% win rate.
Holy
It's a
fuck.
good, shout out to Kingdra because it was number 10 on my top 10. For those who don't subscribe, it was in my top 10 favorite Pokemon that was reviewed the other week. And I was, again, my picks are always amazing. I foretold that it would be a regional champion.
You did actually. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
only one of the Kingdra made it to day 2. 105 teams made it to day 2. 105 people got X2.
That's crazy. What did we have at Perth? It was
Not 100. There's 100.
like 40 something, I think.
It was
day
like
2?
38.
38, yeah.
Yeah, made it to day 2 at Perth.
We need to bump up those numbers the next year. We're getting significantly outdone by the fucking Canadians.
There's a lot more people in Canada for starters, but also like
most of them are from the US based
There's a
on the
lot-
standings.
Toronto is like effectively an American city anyway because it like sits below.
It's at like
Canada
the same
line.
latitude as like some.
New York, I think.
Yeah.
if we had OCIC back, I think we would get bigger numbers in our region because it would be more of a big deal.
I mean, yes, if we had an international back, we would get more numbers than a regional.
I disagree that it would bump regional numbers because the numbers that we got, think about how many internationals we had coming to Perth and just go to Okick.
But people,
I think
true.
the only reason that the international would
Who
bump,
says we don't want that?
I think
Yeah.
the only reason that an international would bump regional attendance numbers is if the regional is really close to Okick and foreigners travel for both.
Like in 2020.
Let's not-
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
let's not forget that regional winners get auto invite to Worlds, so they can boycott their region's cap, numbers.
Yeah.
I think like more events means more people trying to. I don't think it would. If we got OCIC back, I don't think our regional numbers would go down. I think it would stay high.
Oh, I don't think they'd go down.
No, I think we'd maintain a healthy level of 150 to 180.
There's only
locally.
one way to find out. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon just give us
Yeah.
OCIC.
Yeah.
Employ ESL to run it again.
We'll
They
stream
did a
it.
Bang up job with Perth.
Give us the streaming. We'll stream it. We won't even charge you to cast it.
All I want for Christmas is Okick back.
What's the worst that could happen?
Don't.
Gavin Michaels might win it again.
Is that why they pulled it the first time?
Yes.
I stand by the comments that he made killed O-Kick.
Yeah.
Apparently 2023 or what
2022.
2022 was the end of the 5-year contract anyway. Mm-hmm. So like someone had to renew it, and
Refresh us on what he said again.
I've just won the smallest event of the year and now I'm on top of the leaderboard.
Fuck him.
Not the smallest event in the year, because clearly he wasn't paying attention to Latin American events
It was the smallest event of the year up to that
point.
Because
'cause it was
everything before that was American regionals.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Toronto.
Should we talk about Wolf's team?
Yes, because I have a lot to say.
Briefly, sure.
Briefly, yeah. So Arcoolodon with Power Herb, Kingdra with Life Orb, Politoed with Leftovers, Incineroar with Safety Goggles, Gothitelle with Citrus Berry, and Amoonguss with Eject Button.
Eject button Amoonguss.
Eject Button Amoonguss.
Damn.
On
I don't know.
Perish, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Switch it out, bring it back in.
That must be like a
With regen.
Rage Powder move.
Probably Rage Powder.
Rage Powder to get it out, and then it gets a regenerator.
No. What it's for is like you want to reset the Perish counter on Gothitelle without like compromising your trap turns, right? You swap out to Amoonguss, you soak a hit, you get swapped out, you get your regen back, you come straight back into Gothitelle, you
Without
reset your
Perish on
turns.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. You can trap things in because they're switching out
so
mid-turn.
you perish trap. So you Rage Powder, perish.
You don't. No. You don't Rage Powder.
You
So
don't Rage Power.
turn 1, you've got Politoed and Gothitelle on the
Yeah.
field.
Fake out Perish Song.
Fake out Parasong. Yep. Turn 2, Gothitelle has Perish count on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 turns.
It manual switches. Send in Amoonguss.
Yeah.
If they targeted the Amoonguss slot with either Pokemon, Amoonguss is coming out and Gothitelle comes back in without the Perish on its head.
Okay.
No, better than that, because there's 3 turns on Perish Song, right?
Yeah.
You fake out Perish the first turn, you get the 3 set down, you protect Goth next turn,
yeah.
then you swap Amoonguss, and then you protect again, and Goth doesn't get hit.
Sure, yeah. The exact turn order is a bit fucky, but essentially what it is it allows you to switch Gothitelle out and then bring it back in on the same turn, because if Gothitelle switches out manually and then remains out,
Yeah,
then the
they
other two
can
can just switch out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did watch him play, and I wanted to make some comments. First of all, I think that he was leading at some points Kingdra Gothitelle, which is such a brilliant lead. If you think about it, he can threaten just switching Pelipper in the Gothitelle slot to give
You mean
Kingdra the
Politoed?
range. Sorry, yes, of course I do mean Politoed. I'm so used to seeing Politoed. Pelipper. He can switch in Politoed in the Goth slots to set range so Kingdra can do Kingdra things, outspeed, hit Draco Meteors, had Muddy Water, had Life Orb, a lot of damage, Terra Stella. But they can't stop that because they can't switch in their Pokemon because the Gothitelle's trapping them in. So they can't switch in Torkoal, they can't switch in Tyranitar, they can't switch in Ninetales.
Yeah.
But you could switch in your
Also,
Politoed.
at the start of the turn, that Gothitelle is in the field. They
Yeah.
can't switch.
yeah, so you can
But
threaten.
if you
Gothitelle can switch if it wants to, but they can't switch, which means you can reposition, they can't reposition.
so they can you can change
Okay.
you can change whether they can't. It's such a strong. Also, Kingdra could switch out into like Incineroar or whatever,
Yeah,
and
do an
and then
Intimidate.
they could start the Perish Trap or
Yeah.
that's switching Politoed. It's so many options. Like leading Kingdra Gothitelle is just you're already like the game's like it's in your favor from like turn 1. Like it's such a threatening. And I think what's really cool about his team was that his Incineroar and his Politoed was so slow. Like you saw, it was his top 4 match against Chuppercross, the 4th,
yeah.
who had Tita. It was amazing to see all 4 weathers in top 5. Yeah. There was 9,000 in 5th position, Tita and with Chuppercross, and then they had
Benny Vasquez.
Sun versus Rain in the final. So still a weather game since Gen 3 now. But like he could set Trick Room up with Gothitelle, and his Politoed and Incineroar were underspeeding everything. They would underspeed, even though like Incineroar was like 65 base speed, right? It was underspeeding like Tyranitar, and then knocking off the Assault Vest off Tyranitar, and then Politoed would Muddy Water in Rain and one hit KO a T-Tar with a Muddy Water. Sorry, with a Weather Ball, because it had no EV and no Sand buff. And T-Tar's not a weak, not a soft Pokemon. Like
it's pretty.
But like the whole thing was like he has thought this through. Like, and also if you make all your Pokemon slow, if Perish Song goes off, whichever Pokemon faints last, they're the winner. It's the slowest one wins, right? So his Wolf's team is like also fucking slow. So it's Trick Room and Perish Song favored.
Yep.
And it's just brilliant to watch him play. Like, I'm not saying that Perish Song should be glorified as a strat.
No.
However, it does take a smart player to, like, there were a few other people that brought Perish Song to these regionals. No one was in like anywhere near winning the event though. Like, it was only Wolf that could pull this off, and he's done it before. It's probably
As
the
always.
third time he's won with
Paris
Song.
Yeah.
I just think it was
I
brilliant.
feel like this is this the first regional he's rocked up to
with Perish Trap.
of 2025 season?
Potentially.
Oh, at all? Maybe. I mean,
If we talk about
There hasn't
calendar
been
year,
that-
he's won 3 this year. If we count calendar year,
I'm talking
No, we're talking
2025
2025
season.
yeah, like, he hadn't qualified for Worlds until now.
Like, as in, I don't even know if he's gotten points up until now.
Yeah, he got top 1. He got top 64 and something.
Oh, so he has rocked up to another regional.
I'm
other
sure
than
he
this.
has. Remember, wasn't he like undefeated with something and then like lost in day 2?
That was Worlds.
No, LAIC. I think, did he rock up to LAIC?
I don't know.
And go undefeated?
God, we're such good Pokemon journalists.
We are,
This is what people listen to us for.
it's inspiring.
We are the best only for adults brackets, and those adults don't give a shit about actual informative Pokemon content.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Podcast
give them.
in the world.
I'm trying to give them informative things about Wolfie's team.
I am a
I
fan
appreciate
of,
you trying, Chris.
I am a fan of Marco Silva just changing Joe UX's most recent build a smidge and taking that up to
Was he not running
the
his
other way
own
around,
So
stuff?
Marco's been peddling this team for months.
Yeah, it was the other way around. I
He's
thought.
the one who made it big by winning with it at Lille or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
He,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was running like
That
the
was before
Giga Chat
LAIC.
Zard stuff, and then
Yeah.
Joe turned around and downgraded it to
downgraded
To
it to
Typhlosion.
to Typhlosion. Yeah.
So was
Oh,
Marco
no,
Silva
you're right,
running
sorry.
his same?
Yeah, he was running the same. Yeah. Same 6 with the 3 Firemons. I always respect it when someone just goes all in on a type, even if it seems like it's
Fire,
not-
water, grass. Nah, fire, fire, fire.
fire, grass.
Meow,
And
meow,
now-
meow, meow.
And then when now we've got Reg G, just put Chiyo on the team to have 4 fire types.
I don't think it had Chiyu and Charizard on the same team.
Why not?
Nah,
Cowards.
Good point. Do it. Yeah. Scarf and specs.
do it, pussy.
Biggest heat wave.
Yeah, no, very, very cool. Wolf, thank you.
But like also,
doing it with
Thank you,
Peristrap
Wolf. Very
again.
cool.
but like I would like to give a slight Chris honorable mention. For those recently listening, it's a negative thing, a dishonorable mention. He missed his flight because he had to play the final. Wolf, at this point in time, right, you're a 10-time regional champion. You should expect to be maybe at least in top 8, right? Like, it's a pretty good expectation. You've done it enough times.
Maybe fly out on
Maybe
Monday morning.
stop booking flights for Sunday afternoon on a regionals. He missed his
Yeah.
flight, and it's not the first time he's done it. He's done it before.
I mean, it's not like he couldn't afford to book another
It
one.
was probably on travel awards or some shit. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that too.
But
he-
still,
Just get
he-
Big Pikachu to pay for it.
Sweet Patreon money.
He would have enough built up for sure.
Yeah.
I would also like to give a dishonorable mention to what he was wearing. I used to do this a lot, review fashion at regionals. I have been a bit late.
Yeah, we should
You really
revisit that.
have.
I really
we'll
have-
revisit it when we start doing video content.
Yeah. But like, I just thought like the Wolf Glicks and like the Joe Ugardis, like the Joe UX9s, like they just look like homeless people. They just wear these big, bland coloured, like grey hoodies and
He
like
usually does all right. He
baggy
usually rocks up in like a
t-shirts.
loose linen shirt.
There was no loose on the shirt. It was homeless chic.
Okay.
They always look like they literally all look like they just got off like a train. They haven't slept for a few days, haven't showered for a few days.
I saw that uni student who's been on a bender and had like a assignment due that night.
Yeah. I'll bring back high fashion. Where's the guy that you
It's
said?
fashion.
Who was the guy who wore like that brown suit?
Where's the
as
Jesse? Oh yeah,
Parker, someone or other.
yeah.
Jesse Romelo's.
Where's the Jesse Romelo's of the
Romolo.
world that they used to like cosplay and stuff and compete, not just cosplay to get on stream and like
Yeah.
interview.
Cosplay as fucking, what did he do? He did like the Disney Merlin.
It was like I can never remember the name of this
The
character.
sleepy man just rocked up with like the
The
nightcap
lantern,
and
yeah.
the
Yeah.
candle and the nightgown.
Yeah.
And the hot dog.
And of course the
Fantastic.
glizzy.
The glizzy. Yep. Big respect for the glizzy.
We want more high fashion at regionals, okay?
More
I
high
want
fashion and more cosplay.
We more Ethan Walters in a polite skirt.
You're damn right.
Do want to shout out friend of the show, Chris Hahn, came 22nd in Toronto.
Good shit, Chris.
Good shit, Chris. Running Goldango, Insin, Porygon 2, Dragonite, Amoonguss, and the Sneeper.
It's just a good 6 then.
Just
it
good
is.
6.
Good 6.
Balance 6. And
balanced.
of course, shout out to the biggest fan of the show, Andy LeVGC.
Do you reckon he's
Yes.
listened to a single episode since he appeared on our show?
Maybe. I hope you have, Andy. Let us know.
Shout out to Andy Levine.
And he got on. He was so excited to be. He was on stream in the crowd.
Yeah.
And he's like screenshot it and put it on his social. He was like, "Look, I made stream." And he's just holding a Polywell plushie up in the crowd.
He had a rough day in Toronto. Went 2-4, finished 575th. I think the problem was he didn't run jank.
You got to do it. Where's your funny little guys?
He didn't run his little guys. He ran a very balancy team
What's that about?
Oh God, Andy, you got to do it for the content, mate.
For the content.
for the content. But my
They're
favorite,
greater good.
the greater good. My favorite segment of regionals. Who was the best one-off?
Like the best one-off Pokemon.
The best one-off Pokemon.
Gothitelle.
No,
No,
there'll be someone else running Gothitelle.
Okay. There'll probably be a second Polytoad.
Yeah, there was.
There were
It's
two
picking
King
up.
it finished 9th.
Okay.
Bear in mind, in Toronto, they had a top 25, which means they were 7 spots off filling a top 32 cut.
Finished
Crazy.
Finish on Breloom.
No.
Killer Wattrel.
Mean Chow.
Huh.
The best.
Hey,
That's a Pokemon that's about to make one hell of a comeback.
Yeah. The best one-off Pokemon. It went 10-2. So it had a win rate of 88%. Or 83%, sorry. It was run with what appears to be a Trick Room type team. Porygon 2, Amoonguss, Incin, Guts, Ursaluna, and Gordingo.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
all makes sense.
Very cool team. Obviously, the best Pokemon that had less than 10 appearances was Kingdra
Yep.
because it freaking won the event.
Great Pokemon.
Yeah.
How did Gothitelle place overall? I mean, obviously it won, but
Yeah.
That had to be a similar level
in
of-
terms of its usage.
yeah.
Let's have a quick filter of our good friends at LabMouse.
Where's your waiting music?
Gothitelle finished 54th in the standings of all Pokemon. It had 9 appearances and it had a win rate of 48.6%.
48.6.
Do you know what finished first in usage? Incineroar's back on top, 61.9% usage in day 2 and 46% usage on day 1. Both number 1 on day 1 and day 2. So Incineroar's back on
Crazy.
top at the end of Reg Age.
Ooh.
We all knew it was going to happen eventually, let's be honest.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Sneasel fell to number 4 on day 2.
Wow, really? You love to see it.
He was number 2 on day 1.
Yeah. Politoed had 16 appearances. Again, it won, but it only had a 51% win rate, which you could argue is quite low. Charizard finished second, had 19 appearances, 46% win rate.
But it was all the same build.
Yeah, pretty much. Hi, Mike. Who else is low here? Yeah, Mean Shao, we already said. Arcanine Hisui
Okay.
finished 10th, 11 appearances, 58% win rate.
11 appearances.
Arcanine Hisui had the best win rate of a Pokemon with more than 10 appearances.
Okay. Picking back up just in time for it to not matter because Reg H is going
Yeah,
away.
just in time for it to not matter ever again. Gyarados, 6 appearances, 55% win rate, but it only made it to 39th, so it made it to day 2. Ceruledge, 2 appearances, finished 39th. Yeah, some interesting Pokemon coming out of the woodwork. I'm looking forward to that number of Pokemon that appear becoming smaller, just quietly for Reg G.
You don't like random Pokemon popping up?
No.
Why is that?
It keeps you on your toes.
I don't
Why?
think that's...
Because I'm not necessarily a good player, but I can follow a game plan really well. And when I'm planning and there's less to plan for, I find it easier to execute.
So it's
Easier
a
to
skill
flowchart
issue.
when all you need to
It is.
flowchart against
It's a skill
is
issue.
Miraidon, Kalias, Urshifu, and Raging Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that there's still going to be fun stuff in there, though. I don't think it's
yeah.
going to be quite as impactful towards a game unless it's like a really fucky like support or anything. But like as long as you can game plan into the restricteds, I think that the rest takes care of itself.
Yeah.
which makes this a better format.
Shut the fuck your mouth, you restricted loving whore. Joel, I look forward to you pairing against me, and you have absolutely no flow chart into Tinkerton Regieleki.
Speaking of interesting Pokemon, another Chris honorable mention to the graphics department at a regionals once again.
Oh my God.
We had on stream on the graphics, we had a Volcarona with Struggle.
Instead of Struggle Bug.
Yeah. So good job. Good job, graphics team.
That was a cry for help from the graphics team.
Every region.
Falling and I can't get up.
I mean, God bless them. They're probably criminally underpaid if
Oh,
paid
yeah,
at all.
100%.
Yeah.
If, like the Go stream at Perth was run by 5 people for 12 hours, that's the only people that touched it.
Crikey, yeah. No.
Oh, that I feel like I can't remember who I floated this to, but the idea of when we get to a certain number of subscribers, we should do a 10-hour podcast where we just record for 10 hours.
Why?
We're going
very
to
good
need a
question.
lot more
Funny.
caramel slice.
Funny.
Yeah. And then if we
think-
get to even more subscribers, 24-hour podcast.
I think this can handle 8 hours.
We'll get a better SD card.
It's the maximum it can handle.
Well, we'll get
'Cause
one with
all-
like a fucking plug-in thing with like a hard
Okay,
drive
well,
or
Mark
something.
can record himself for 24 hours while the rest of us will sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk into a mic for 24 hours.
What did we think of Champion Wolf Glick's winning photo stance? No Skiploom plushie to be seen. That was on Marco's photo.
That's a slutty pose.
That is super slutty,
It
actually.
is very suggestive.
Oh, daddy.
I mean, I dig it. Like, Pokemon needs to be a bit
Sexualized.
not sexualized, but like appealing. I don't.
He's got a girlfriend. So
Does
he
he?
doesn't need to. Oh, well, that's what the Twitter tells me.
Huh.
Because he talked about her on
you're,
stream.
you're right. Everything that goes on Twitter is 100% accurate.
Actually, well, you say that. There was a meme that's resurfaced on Twitter because Wolfie won. So in the
Is it
grand
the broccoli one?
no, it's not the broccoli one. Not my broccoli Wolf Glick name. Please don't block me, Wolf Glick, on Twitter. So he was playing. Someone was streaming their grand challenge run, and they got Wolf Glick in the grand challenge.
Yeah.
It's like I think. Look, I'm gonna. I don't know. I think it sounded very Spanish or like Latin American. Whoever this person was.
Yeah.
But he saw Wolfie come up in like the team preview thing. It's like, Wolfie, Wolfie can't perish. No. Yeah. So there's, I can't believe I haven't seen it. Like it's all over Twitter at the moment. But yeah. So this guy is saying in an accent saying Wolfie can't perish in the team preview, and they've used that, and now it's like they've taken it as like a prediction of he was going to win, and now everyone's just retweeting it saying Wolfie can't perish because he's won with perish. because the grand challenge team he was using was a perish trap.
Yeah.
So Wolfie can't perish. It was funny. It's funny. You have to go see it to understand it, but Wolfie can't perish.
Nice.
So if you hear that, that's what it's talking about.
I saw a few memes of them, but I didn't understand it. So thank you for explaining.
You are more than welcome, Joel. That's what I'm here for.
So, Mark,
Yes.
you have things that you would like to share with us?
Yeah.
Nudes?
Since
Not yet.
But
100 subscribers.
Yep. So crack open your wallet if you haven't already and subscribe to our bonus content. When we get to 100 of those baddies, well, my penis will be available online forever.
So
In the Discord.
just before
Yeah, like my mum always said, once it's online forever. So
I can tell this is going to be a long segment. So just before we move on from Toronto,
Yeah.
one last Chris honorable mention to the interviewers. I don't know if they were just worried about Wolfie missing his plane. They already missed it at this point. But like after the Masters final was finished and they gave out the trophies, they'd get Marco Silva up there for the finalist interview. They literally be like, hey, Marco Silva, finalist, blah, 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 you had a great season. Ask him one question. Okay, thanks, Marco. Here's your fucking trophy. Fuck off. Get off the stage.
that's kind of funny to
And
be
then
honest.
I think Wolfie got even like less time. They got like one sentence on the microphone each before they were shuffled off stage.
Jesus.
Dishonorable mention. I want a 5-minute winners interview. At least
It could be a production thing, like the production crew just being like, wrap it up.
well,
had to make time for
The stream had been
TCG.
going for like 8 hours, but surely they can have another like few minutes so that at least the finalist and
I mean,
winner.
let's be honest, the final game probably went for long enough if it was Wolf running Perish Trap.
Yeah.
He was. I'll give another shout out to Wolf as well. He was very
Pretty snappy
aggressive.
finals, actually.
He was using Perish Song to get rid of just like because obviously Marco had Terra Ghost Ursaluna, which could switch out.
Yeah.
But he was using, in like the final, he was using Parasong to get rid of just like one Pokemon, even though he wasn't like, it wasn't like 4 months or 2, like guaranteed win. He was just trapping in like the threat. Like he got rid of Ursaluna in one game and he got rid of P2 in another game.
Yeah.
Just with Parasong, just so he would like get rid of that threat and the damage dealing threat and then the rest of the, like he was so aggressively Parasonging.
Yeah.
Not even when he was like 4v2 up or anything like that. It was just
Yeah, so
insane.
he wasn't doing it to game seal, but
no, he was doing it to just
for
get rid
game
of something,
state.
trap something, so that because like it's something that's not Ghost and there's only one Pokemon in the back, they both can't switch. So yeah, well done. It's
pretty advanced,
Mark,
yeah.
now you may go. I've said enough about Toronto.
Thank you. Well, I just as it is Christmas.
it is Christmas.
It is Christmas.
Merry
Not at the time of
Christmas.
recording.
It is our final episode for 2024.
This is when
Yes.
I get exhausted by Christmas. It's such a long, stressful build up.
I've
I
done so much gift
agree.
shopping. I still have so much to do.
Done mine, but still, at what cost?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot.
exactly. gather up all those receipts you've hopefully kept, and
Fuck
you'll be
capitalism.
able to.
Yeah, fuck it.
I agree.
Finding out that Santa Claus was an invention of the Coca-Cola company just irks
Oh
me.
shit!
Yeah.
I didn't know that actually.
Yeah.
That makes a
Well,
lot
Santa
of
Claus
sense.
in his current like
St.
aesthetic
Nicholas
and
was
kind
a
of
thing,
like
but they invented his outfit.
his
Yeah.
outfit. Yeah,
Well, they commercialized Christmas because the main holiday used to be Easter.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
to be honest, I get a 4-day weekend on Easter. I don't get a 4-day weekend in Christmas, so Easter all the way, baby.
I got a full week. But yeah, speaking of commercialized Christmas, let's I've got a list of carols and Christmas songs that the Pokemon fans can sing
Yes.
while they're around the tree or whatever people do for their family holidays. So I've adjusted them slightly so that they are Pokemon themed. If anyone
Are
wants
you
to
going
sing
to
these,
sing them?
I'm not going to sing them. I'm just going to list some of the Pokemon themed
standout.
Christmas songs that I have come up with. So we've got Little Belly Drummer Boy.
Little Belly Drummer Boy.
Little Belly Drummer Boy. Yep. Maril of the Bells. Ding Dong, it's Bronzong merrily on high.
That one's pretty good.
Silent Night Slash. Deck Your Opponent. It's beginning to
I
look
wish.
a lot like TPCI hates the Oceania region.
It's been looking like that for a while.
Baby, it's sheer cold outside. Sneasler, rest ye merry gentlemen.
Oh, that's good.
Is that a sneaping reference?
Yeah, going to sleep. Yep. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, because my Baxcalibur would like the defense boost.
Oddly specific title.
Very specific.
Our little town of Misagosa. We Three King Gambits. Mary, did you know that the Volcarona has a covert cloak and you can't fake it out?
Okay.
Good King Whiscash.
That's good.
Frosty the Snow Satyr. And Angels We Have Heard on High Horsepower.
Yes.
So that-
Chris, we have heard on
seem
high jump
so
kick, sure.
disappointed.
that's also pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I can come up with something.
I mean, there's All I Want for Christmas is this Fisher to connect.
Yes.
I can't imagine Mariah Carey singing that. Are we
Pay
going
her
to
enough money.
Slow
she will.
syllables.
Yeah,
Are we gonna
you can't
commission-
you can't imagine her going, all I want for Christmas is Fisher.
That sounds nothing like Mariah
Wow.
Carey. I
Last
apologize.
Christmas, I gave you my
hat.
paste. And
Last
the very
respect.
next day, I saw it on your YouTube, and you didn't credit me. And
Okay, I will come up with
Last
one.
respects as I code my team. And I'm very, very sad because I hate rain.
now I don't have
like
my
it.
Switch because I threw it away.
Okay, how about this one? Here comes Dire Claus, here comes Dire Claus, here comes Dire Claus pain.
Jingle Bell Rock Slide.
Oh, very good. Ooh.
So yeah, that's
Subscribe.
Enjoy those Christmas tunes with your family this year.
yeah. Joy to the Polywell.
Look,
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
it is Christmas, so we love nothing more than a top 10 list on this channel.
Ooh.
We love rating top 10 things.
Are we doing a top 10 list, or are we rating things out of 10?
Nah, we'll just come up with some stuff. Top 10 Christmas foods.
Christmas foods. For your Christmas dinner, we're rating Christmas foods. We're
Yeah, and
deciding
we
whether
do
they're good or
have
bad.
we do have the obviously traditional Northern Hemisphere cold stuff,
Yes, like roast meats and roast vegetables and gravy and stuff.
and then we have
Turkey.
the Aussie specialties.
Yes.
I actually prefer. I see Aussie specials.
Hang on. Rudolph the Trick Room Weird Ear.
No,
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I actually prefer.
Oh, that's the right amount of syllables as well.
Uh huh.
Yeah, Rudolph the
I'm a
Trick
professional
Room
musician, actually, yeah.
that's amazing. Good work. I love
Had
it.
a very shiny because it was hacked.
Don't tell Belisify. I actually prefer the Northern Hemisphere traditional kind of like, you know, the Thanksgiving dinner kind of theme because like like in Australia, it's like what's like seafood and like prawns and like
Let's have a
shrimp on the
barbecue
barbie, all that
outside,
bullshit.
yeah.
Like I like food indoors. I don't know.
I'm with you. I agree. You know, I prefer that kind of more of like a roast dinner. That's why I'm a real big fan of Christmas in July. Of like that
Yes.
whole kind of like let's do
Yes.
winter Christmas. Let's
Yeah.
have like
Give me some
let's wear
pumpkin
sweaters and like
A white
eat
Christmas.
like roast. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Christmas in July is a very white Christmas.
Yeah.
That's a very white people thing to do.
It's
But that being said, I am an absolute whore for Christmas ham,
oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
and
Wait,
I'm gonna
that's right. You got the ham story.
yeah. I'm gonna say, I think I'll probably get a lot of disagreement on this one. Christmas ham, better just straight off the bone. I don't like it when people are like, oh, I'm gonna glaze it and bake it, and it's like, no, bad. just
Hey, honey ham
Fresh.
is pretty good shit.
It's not bad,
give
but
me
like
a
I'd rather have it
thick
fresh.
slice of ham.
I say fresh, cured, but like straight off the
yeah.
bone.
Do you know what? Okay,
Yeah.
if that's your favorite, give me like a potato bake or like potato gratin or whatever the kids call it, like
Okay.
the
Yep.
cheesy like
Yes.
layers of potato baked in the oven. Like I love that sort of like.
Potato bake isn't even like a Christmas theme,
Isn't it?
But give me that on Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh.
My family has this like Canadian mince pie recipe. It's called tortilla. It's from French Canada. And it's
We are straying so far away from Christmas foods, but go on.
Oh no, it's a Christmas food in our family. It's like a potato mince sort of like puff pastry
That does sound pretty
quiche
good.
kind of. It's good shit, man. I should invite you around for Christmas. one year.
Introduce a bit
Yeah.
of the Walters into your home, dear listener, and make some weird ass potato Canadian pie.
Yeah.
I'm a baker, so my heart is a lot of baked like desserts for Christmas.
Yeah.
Give me my mum's trifle.
Yes.
I love a pavlova. I love gingerbread. I love shortbread. I love
gingerbread.
rumbles.
The mince pies, man. Mince
Rum
pies
anything.
are peak.
No,
Yeah.
mince pies are shit.
Depends on the brand.
fuck off.
Some
No,
fruit mince
they
pies
are.
are mid.
It really does depend on the brand.
Make them yourself.
The
Fuck
best
me.
fruit mince pies are
You gonna make them
decent.
for us?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
That's
I love custard.
yes, custard's good.
Custard's good.
Yeah.
Brandy custard.
Fuck, we were talking about this before we started recording.
Brandy
But eggnog.
butter.
Yeah. But has it
Eggnog
got rum or
fucks.
brandy or something in it? Is it alcoholic?
Eggnog is peak.
I could go either way with eggnog. I don't mind just like a virgin eggnog,
Warm or cold?
cold.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you're right with a bit of rum in it as well. Oh, good stuff.
Rum makes everything better.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
a huge fan of turducken. And
Yeah,
my
okay.
wife refuses to have it. I think we had it most recently like 10 years ago at my main family, and Emma had to like come and she was just like, this is feral. And I was like,
Yeah.
It wasn't a fan.
Just the
What are you
unholy mix of 3 different species of
Yeah.
bird.
Yeah, an abomination before God and man.
Yeah, created in a particle accelerator. Fuck me.
Chris, flip the ear. There you go.
Sorry, I've got my headphones.
Oh, what's the opinion on Bucks Fizz? It's basically mimosas with champagne.
Aren't mimosas made with champagne?
Prosecco.
Yeah.
Is it wine?
No.
No, mimosas are champagne.
Orange,
I love
orange
bubbles
juice
at
and
Christmas.
sparkling white wine. So
The thing about
champagne.
bubbles at Christmas, though, because I fall into this trap a lot, is that bubbles
Knocks
fills you
out.
up.
Yeah.
And if you start with a few glasses of like, cheers, it's Christmas, have some champagne, a couple of bottles of expensive French champagne, and like, a grazing platter, I'm already fucking full.
Yeah. And then there's a main meal to come.
Yeah. And then second dessert and third dessert.
Yeah.
So you got to
My-
pace yourself.
My favorite dessert is a red velvet trifle that the missus makes,
I am a slut for a trifle.
which is
not gonna lie.
red velvet
It's
cake.
custard, man. I love custard. Yeah.
and jelly.
Yeah,
Oh,
red velvet cake
Yep.
layered with strawberries and raspberries, mascarpone cream, and white choc Tim Tams.
I love it when you talk dirty to
oh
me.
shit.
Yeah.
Sure.
It honestly is like a $35, $40 dessert to make,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah, it
it
would be.
is so fucking good.
That sounds real good.
My again, my wife, all credit to her, found the recipe one year because she's like, I want to make trifle. And I was like, please don't, because I
would not
can't
stop you.
stand like the
Yeah.
jelly, like traditional trifle. And she was like,
Okay.
I'll find one that you like. And she made it by surprise. And my God, like you guys are all salivating just thinking about
Doesn't
it.
So
feel
you're
good.
eager
Although,
to-
but that being said, I also do fuck with like the jelly trifle.
I
Yeah,
like
me
traditional
too.
with the jam Swiss roll on it and like
Yeah. One thing I will say about trifle, I prefer it when they don't like soak the sponge.
It depends on what they soak it
like,
with.
Yeah.
would you-
Yeah,
and
I don't know. I
it's
just
usually
prefer like a bit
alcohol.
more of kind of like, what's it called? Like, not substance, but kind of like, you know, like consistency in my sponge. I don't like it like, you know, mushy and falling
Yeah,
apart.
yeah,
My
yeah.
mum puts peaches.
Peach liqueur.
Yeah.
No, like canned peaches
Like
as a
schnapps.
layer.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she also puts marshmallows on top too.
Oh, that's nice.
Does she
Structural
burn 'em?
integrity is the
Yeah.
fucking
give
term
him,
that I was
give him
looking
some
for.
char?
That
we
is
could.
probably my favorite thing about Christmas food is just like the tendency to soak fucking everything in brandy.
Just everything in booze.
Yeah, just-
I love
Speaking
it.
of-
I love a brandy.
Good segue into Christmas pud.
Christmas pud.
Set that shit on fire for no reason at all.
Yeah, because it's soaked in brandy. Oh,
Well, that's just the excuse to soak it in brandy. Yeah.
yeah.
You know what makes
So that
this
you can
pudding
set it
better?
on fire.
Fire.
Yeah, set it on fire.
Oh yeah.
My favorite beverage is a heavily, heavily spiced, like long iced tea.
Spice with what?
Just everything.
Spices.
Just make like take,
Paprika.
no.
Yeah,
So
bit of
take
cumin.
so you take spiced rum,
Some thyme.
but you just give
Yeah.
it like extra cinnamon, extra allspice.
That's not Long Island iced tea. That's
No,
Chinese
it's-
spice.
It's called
Turmeric.
Nana's iced tea.
Nana's iced
garam
tea.
masala.
I love a mulled wine or a mulled cider, but it's not very Australia Christmas
Yeah.
because it's fucking hot. It's like 40 degrees every year.
Do you remember when we had
Don't be a bitch.
lights at Kings Park? It was like a night thing. You go through Kings Park in like middle of winter.
Mm-hmm.
They were like selling mulled wine, and
Yum.
you
Oh, good shit.
would have thought it was like Christmas for my wife. I tried some and I was like, not for me. I'm not a wine person.
Tell you what,
but
we'll do
I
Christmas in
understand.
July here. I'll host Christmas in July. And
Yes.
we'll do
I
like,
like that.
roast meats and roast vegetables and mulled wine
I love
and
this.
have like a fire going on my TV screen because we don't have an actual fireplace.
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's all just freeze.
Going back to the Christmas pud. Panettone. How do we feel about that?
I don't think I've ever
It's
had
the Italian,
The
like,
Italian one,
It's,
yeah.
it's a bit too dry for me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not because I feel like most of them have been sitting there since like last Christmas.
That's what gives them the appeal, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. They're basically like our version of like a regifted Christmas cake.
Could you imagine holding onto a cake for a whole year just to re-gift it?
Honestly, it probably would improve it. To be fair.
Going back to drinks quickly, I would like to give it. I think we should normalize sangria as an option. Give me a red wine sangria.
That's
for
probably a good
Christmas.
shout for Australian Christmas. That is a very summer
Cold,
drink.
cold red wine is like, with a bit of fruit and ice in it is actually life changing. The Spanish do it right.
Yeah.
They're also good in bed.
You heard it here
Noted.
first.
Shout out to Alex Gomez, friend of the show.
Merry Christmas, Joel. Enjoy the editing.
Yeah, as always.
I think going back to Chris, you were talking about the baked goods, gingerbread.
Yeah,
I
can't go
staple.
wrong, man.
Fuck with gingerbread. Like
Extra ginger.
Store bought gingerbread men suck.
Yeah.
They're really bad, but like good gingerbread is just so good.
Christmas is a good time for shortbread too.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
actually, you know what
Like
else?
the star shapes and the bells and little trees.
my
cute shit.
My mum makes these every year. Brandy snaps,
Oh,
Yeah.
just full of like fresh whipped cream.
oh my god.
Too much effort. Does she buy them or make them?
She buys the brandy snaps and then she whips the cream and fills them.
okay.
She has made them before, but like they take a long fucking time to make, and they're a pain in the ass to make. Apparently,
Yeah.
you gotta like make like this kind of like
They're flat, then you bend them when they're warm around like a pole.
You gotta bend them around like a wooden spoon or something.
a
but-
broom handle or something.
yeah.
Oh jeez,
To
talk dirty to
go
me.
back to gingerbread,
Okay, yeah.
my favorite gingerbread is a gingerbread house that was made in early December.
And it's slightly stale.
Yeah.
It's
And you like it
aged,
that way?
Matured.
Just slightly, right?
So it's a bit hard, a bit crunchy. Yeah,
It made so crunchy but still with chewiness to
yeah.
it.
You can just sort of snap it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to a family tradition of mine. So my one side of my family is Dutch. They're like first generation migrants here. So my grandparents, rest in peace, taught one person on earth how to make their croquettes, and it was my mother. So I have to learn it from her in the next few years.
So that it doesn't die
So
out.
that it doesn't
Clock's
die out.
ticking.
It's 3 days to make it. It's basically you cook beef for almost like 18 hours straight.
Fuck me.
Yeah, refrigerate it for like
Fall off the
12.
bone.
Yeah. And then you make like, I don't know exactly what it is, but you use all of the fat. Like the fat gets separated from the meat for some reason. And then you like recombine it to put the croquette together. And then it's like
Jesus Christ.
quadruple rolled, deep fried, served with Dijon mustard and a pickle. So you bite the croquette, pull out the meat, and then you put the pickle, like slice a pickle inside, and then you're getting like bites of like.
All right,
You're,
Jesus, I
you're
put my-
making these for Christmas in July.
Yeah, I put my pickle in that. Jesus Christ.
I am a big fan of salads. I like a
Okay, moving on.
multiple salad. But no,
Let them cook.
Let him cook.
you know that
Let 'em cook.
I think this is quite a common Australian salad. You know, it's made with a wombok. It's like a Chinese cabbage.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the Cheng's like dried noodles. You get like a packet of Cheng's
Yes,
noodles.
I know
It's like-
exactly
it's
what
got
you're talking
sesame
about.
oil, slivered almonds, dried noodles, wombok, spring onions, like maybe
Carrot?
one other thing. I don't know, but it's like a nutty, savory kind of like
And the-
oily salad. But it's fucking.
You
good.
add like a
Add some
spicy
avocado.
mayo or like a kind of soy dressing or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's
Real good.
Yeah,
is real
I do
good.
fuck with that.
Crispy noodle salad.
Yes.
Yes. That's real good. I'm a big fan of pasta salads.
Yep.
Pasta salad.
Potato salad if it's made well.
Yes, I make a pretty good potato salad.
My favorite salad is like a spinach, cranberry, walnut feta type deal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've come around
Very,
a lot
very
on like
Christmas themed.
Yeah.
little sweet things
Yeah.
in salads,
Fruit and
like
salads.
cranberries,
Yeah.
or like
Big-
slices
big
of like
plus.
blood orange.
Get like a balsamic dressing through that.
Oh,
Strawberries in a salad or something
Yeah,
like that.
the first time I ever had strawberries in a salad was when my like South African friends made it for me. Like
So,
changed my life. I was like, what the fuck? You can put this
Fruit
in a salad?
yeah.
South African people are big on like sweet in their savory.
Yeah.
Like a lot of their foods kind of like involve that. Like I've got a South African friend who just talks about like how much sugar they kind of put into like all their savory foods, and like
Yeah.
they're big on things, like pineapple on pizza type deal.
Yeah, they love to fuck with like sugar in their like roasts and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Maple
for
syrup
sure.
bacon, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that
Speaking
kind of thing.
Bacon, if you're going to put bacon in like one of the salads, like a potato salad, for example, please don't just put like a packet of dried bacon bits in it. I want
No.
like fresh bacon that's like pan
Fry it
fried.
up.
Yeah,
man.
pan fry.
Pan fry some fresh bacon and put it in. Don't give me bacon bits.
Get thick cut it into cubes, and give it some charred edges.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I usually just buy like a shortcut bacon, and then slice it and then fry it, or fry it then slice it, whatever goes to your float.
Thick cut so that you can get like the crispy and the soft.
Okay, interesting.
Especially if you're in a family that like one person likes crispy and one person likes soft. Best of both worlds.
I also get the crispy and the soft when I cook my bacon for salad because I don't cook it very evenly.
He's a pro.
Hell yeah.
Professional.
Bread rolls.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Damper.
Are they warm
Chuck
and
some
melted
butter in
with
that.
melted butter in them?
Oh, I mean, I fuck with that, but to be honest, just like a nice fresh bread roll just like improves. Like if you've got a plate, it's like some ham,
Chuck a slab
some
of
roast
cold butter in that
chicken,
bitch.
Yeah.
maybe
man.
a bit of roast beef or something.
is it like a-
and then just put it in bread, just improves it all of that immensely.
What about are you guys like a Christmas sausage? Do you guys have like sausages, barbecue sausages?
Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
in
I can do
Australia,
that.
like decent chance you're just going to have a barbecue
yeah.
Yeah.
as your
It always
Christmas.
depends
and-
on the temperature, right?
That's where
Yeah.
the bread roll
Hey.
really shines. You get some
Yeah.
cold butter in that, chuck some like rotisserie chicken in that bitch.
some
Fuck
onion.
yeah.
I love me some onion and with a sausage.
Oh yeah, just like
Some
a
mustard.
sausage.
Yeah. Oh,
system,
barbecued
right?
onion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like just fried onion and a sausages and tomato sauce.
Yeah.
Just
A prawn roll with coleslaw.
I'm not a fan of seafood.
Okay.
Neither am I, but I do love coleslaw.
Yeah, coleslaw is good.
Not like KFC coleslaw.
No.
Do not rock up to my house with a fucking, KFC
No,
feasted
no,
coleslaw.
that tiny like 55% of it is cabbage.
and then
Yeah,
But
no.
give me
It's too wet.
thinly sliced carrot, cabbage, red onion with like thinly sliced pear and apple slices.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
have you ever done apple in your coleslaw?
Yeah.
Because just like matchsticks, like as thin as you can get them.
Yeah, julienne
Yeah, julienne, real thin.
You can, like fruit and slaw. Like you can get a pineapple slaw from the shops these days.
Okay.
It's fucking good. No, trust me.
I'd try
like
that.
tacos. If you make like fish tacos or something, put some pineapple salsa in there.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I've recently come across an amazing like taco recipe that I want to try and like convince someone to let me do it for Christmas. Basically, it's just like
Why can't you just do it? No, you need permission from if you buy it
because
and make it.
it's the one time of year that I actually appease my relatives.
Yeah.
Can you do it as like a bonus dish that you don't tell them about? Like
Maybe,
all the things
yeah.
they want, and then do like surprise tacos.
Charge them $3 a month for that.
You just like smother it in like this Mexican spice, tomato paste, brown sugar, and apple cider vinegar mix. Slow cook in the slow cooker for 10 hours if you can. Okay, this is with onions on the bottom as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you separate the meat from all the leftover fat and juices. Separate the fat out from that because you use the fat to brush onto taco shells.
This is soft or hard?
Soft.
Okay.
And then you reduce the onion and leftover juices into this like amazing, sweet, smoky like sauce. And then you mix that with like the fat brushed onto your shell.
This does
the
not sound
meat.
healthy.
No, it's not. But it's
Idea.
beautiful.
Idea just came to me.
Yeah.
An O2 drop like taco night. Like everyone from the O2 drop has to bring like their own original taco recipe.
O2 drop Taco Tuesdays.
And we all, yeah, exactly. And we have like a taco night and we have to like try each other's tacos.
Fuck yeah.
This will be entertaining for no one except for the panelists.
Yeah.
We're just looking for an excuse to make food.
If you'd like to come to our O2 drop Taco Tuesday, slide into our DMs and we'll have
Subscriber only.
If you are a subscriber of the O2 drop, we will have a taco night for the subscribers.
Is this how we introduce Patreon tiers?
All the money we've got from subscribers, we're going to burn on one night spending on ingredients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Break up the duopoly.
Is this? Have you finished your list of Christmas foods?
I think that's all the Christmas foods I can think of.
I'm sure
The
there's
only
plenty
ones I can think of is cherries, which I'm not a fan of.
I love. I think there needs to
I
be
fuck
more
with a bowl of
cherry
cherries.
flavored things in this world.
Okay.
I love Dr
Yeah.
Pepper.
I don't know about cherry flavor. Like fresh cherries, yeah.
Black cherry, like
fuck
seltzers.
with cherry Coke and
Yes.
Cherry Coke's actually pretty
American cherry Coke. Give me that like sugary,
Yeah.
borderline syrup shit that they drink over there. Oh, so good. I
Joel
know
just had-
Chris knows what
Joel
I'm
just
talking
had an
about.
orgasm for those that are listening.
Yeah.
His eyes went cross-eyed momentarily.
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm not a big alcohol drinker, but
Superpower.
there's this bar that I do go to. They do a American cherry cola and Southern Comfort.
That sounds
That
amazing.
goes so hard.
Incredible.
I make a mean cherry pie. If you want to bring a dessert to Taco Tuesday, I can make a cherry pie.
That would be very sweet, wouldn't it?
It's like the lattice over the top, and you have a side of custard or whipped cream or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, fuck me up.
I am a big fan of apple and blackberry pie.
Yeah, just any pie.
Oh, I get around any kind of
Any
apple
sort
pie,
of-
man.
Go to Porky's.
A crumble.
Go to Porky's and like whatever it is, like basil.
Cobbler.
Just any.
Oh, I know Porky's. Yeah.
they've
Like
got
right next to the train
banoffee
tracks.
pie, apple pie, pecan pie, pumpkin pie.
Is that place good? Because ever since I've lived in Perth, I've lived in various suburbs in
Your
this
name
area.
is Mark the Meat Murray, and you haven't been to Porky's.
I
before.
haven't, but every time I've gone to the airport, I drive past Porky's.
Can you just do yourself a favor and go and eat there?
All right, when are we going?
Okay, Mark.
Whenever you want. We can do like a festive. Okay, we'll set it up in the DMs.
All right, cool.
Before we move on from Christmas food, the Pokemon that I would eat at Christmas is Oinkalage.
Appleton
Okay, yeah, like an Appleton pie. What Pokemon
with
would
a side of
I
alchemy.
eat?
Yeah. I would finish with Vanillux.
I would put some ham slices in a duck's bun.
You'd put some what? So
Ham slices in a duck's bun.
nice.
That
Some-
is
some
definitely a
oikalone.
sentence.
Some oikalone slices and put it in Peter Vals's dash bun. That little piece of shit.
Oh man, food themed Pokemon. I could say like Lopunny or something and make the joke, but
Do it.
I mean that's like that Slowpoke tail. That's probably pretty decadent, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's much of a Christmas food though.
You can.
It could be.
You could fry it like a bacon. You know.
Yeah,
yeah.
thick cut slowpoke.
What do we
Yeah.
reckon?
Potato
Because
salad?
I imagine that Slowpoke tail tastes like shark fin. because I'm kind of like drawing
So it
that
tastes
kind
like
of parallel.
nothing.
I've never tasted shark fin.
The whole
before,
point
but-
of shark fin soup is that it's a status.
Maybe like lobster.
It just tastes like the spices that they put in. I would lean towards it would be lobster / crabby meaty kind of.
Okay, yeah.
Can I take back my Appleton because I love my Appleton boy?
Yeah.
He's in my top 10. I'm going to make a cherubi pie
Nice.
Ooh.
with an
Okay,
alchemy
yeah, yeah.
side. Alchemy
Nice.
side. Maybe some moo milk custard.
Shout out to Chatham Kid.
Fuck Chatham
Oh,
Kid.
the other thing I might do
Uninvited
is
to
like
Christmas.
Tauros roast. Like a
Yeah.
Tauros flank roast.
Okay.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, slowpoke tail will probably only be a Christmas food if you eat it in like March.
Yeah.
It's a slowpoke joke for you.
Shit.
Also, one thing.
You were a slowpoke in getting that
I
job.
was such a slow
I
vote.
don't know. I just thought this is a Christmas food I do
Yeah,
actually make as a canapé.
Thanks, Joel.
I get jalapenos. I hollow them out,
Jalapenos.
fill them with cream cheese,
Yep.
wrap
Oh,
bacon,
poppers!
bacon around them, and grill them.
Yeah,
Fucking
nice,
amazing.
nice.
So
That's
like
nice.
a scolopede.
So you're getting
Sorry,
fresh,
not
fresh
scolopede.
jalapenos, not brine jalapenos.
Scoville. Get a Scoville and just
Stuffed
like
Scoville.
a stuffed Scoville with some cream cheese and wrap it around some oikolone bacon.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I was in excruciating pain for 2 days the last time I had those.
You got you got
Last time you had
you got to scoop out
jalapeno poppers.
you got to scoop out the
that's
seeds.
so good, man.
Yeah.
Skip out the seeds.
The problem I have with most jalapenos that you get in Australia is that they're the brined slices. They're
Yeah.
just ugh.
You can get freshies.
I know, but most of what you get. I like fresh jalapeno. I don't like brined jalapeno.
You know what I really like? It's kind of like an antipasto kind of thing.
I like
It's
pickled
like
jalapeno.
those little hollowed out like capsicum thingies you get in the supermarket that have like cream
no,
cheese in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah.
You're not you don't like capsicum,
Fuck it.
but
Tell us how you really feel, Ethan.
yeah.
Fuck it right off.
And it's got like the kind of like oils and herbs on it. Those are real good.
Yeah.
Just antipasto in general, honestly. I fuck with the charcuterie board.
Add some falafel
give me a
the day
cheese.
after,
Give me a
it's
cheese
good.
platter
Yes.
with my sangria on Christmas Day.
Sangria.
Punch bowl of sangria all to myself with a big straw.
So, Chris, what do things look like in the Twitterverse towards the end of the year?
Well, if you
for
can
our last
like
recording,
if you can like wade through the Wolf Glick memes, then you've got the resurgence of Brayloom.
yes,
And that was all because of one man. One
V-Man,
one vigilante. Should we call him a vigilante?
deny, delay, depose.
He can call me.
He can do whatever he fucking wants to me. Like even the mug shots, the shirtless pics, the nudes, everything I've seen online I like. I subscribe. I would pay $3 a month for that.
Have you heard that he is basically being treated like a hero in jail currently?
Really? He's also
Fuck
bisexual
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
He's also being treated like a hero on the internet. Have you seen how many pages? We're talking like businesses and bands and just high profile have all just posted like, hey guys, just want to give a very special shout out to our mate Luigi, who on this date at this time was helping us unload our band trailer. Shout out to our favorite customer Luigi, who was in store at this time
on
He
December
was
4th.
talking about the only thing he hates more than black hoodies is like vigilantism or like
No, I think it takes more is what was it? It was like I don't know what you meant, 3D printing or something or
yeah. It's
I've
like-
seen a bunch of them because
They're all over the place.
Frequent TikTok. One of the best ones was like a pizza place in New York, and this dude
Yeah.
like comes running in. Hey, where's Luigi? Where's Luigi? I haven't seen him. Oh, he's just out back making pizza. It's like some dude dressed up like he was in the thing, just making a pizza.
I love the Burger King meme being like, we don't snitch.
We don't snitch,
Because it was
yeah.
a McDonald's worker that dobbed him in.
yeah, there's no rats in our stores.
The reviews for that McDonald's absolutely tanked. Everyone went and reviewed and was like, serious rat problem.
Juggle had to step in.
Have you
right?
seen?
Yeah.
Have you seen the other thing about Peak Design getting absolutely slaughtered?
What's Peak Design?
So Peak Design makes camera bags and camera accessories.
Okay.
And the bag that Luigi was wearing was a Peak Design bag.
Yeah.
So the CEO of Peak Design asked the NYPD to give them the serial number of the bag that they found, and he backtracked it through their system and gave the name and address of the person who bought it, who happened to
Scum.
be Luigi. Yeah.
That's the next CEO to get shot
Yeah.
in Minecraft.
So
if-
the Peak Design
someone go kill him.
Peak Design ratings have
If he hadn't have
Good.
had the
yeah.
bloody, well, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think he kind of wanted to get caught, right? Because he had the manifesto in his
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's a Breloom fan. If you go to his Twitter, it's still
Yeah,
up there.
loves
Luigi
Breloom.
Maglione has Breloom.
Isn't it Mangione?
Mangione.
And people are giving it shit. It's like, that's a fake name. It's like fucking
Mangione?
Luigi Mansion, right? Like
No.
Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah.
Breloom, we're like, sorry, Breloom, we apologize. We didn't know you. We weren't aware of your game. And everyone's running a bullet seed with like covert cloak on. Yeah, so everyone's saying they could, they could get leech seeded by Luigi any day.
Oh yeah. Give me that technician boosted Mark Punch, Daddy.
Are you going to mention the fan theories about the correlation between Breloom's dex number and the passage from the Bible? Is it what Breloom's dex number is 286? I think.
Yeah.
And
Psalms
Proverbs 28.
Proverbs, sorry, yeah.
I think it was Proverbs.
Yeah.
But you might be right. Yeah, but it was like Proverbs 28:6 was
Better to be a poor man who walks with his integrity than a rich man who is without his, or something
something like
that.
that. Yeah, I'll find the exact passage because it's decently profound.
And we can put the thinking music on. Dun, dun. But yes, apparently Breloom as an assassin puts things to sleep, literally.
All right, I've got it.
Jesus.
Yeah. Sorry, neighbors. All right, it says, better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is crooked in his ways.
Yeah.
Yep. So Breloom is another, just like Amoongus was and, other Pokemon this year. And then there's the other side of the coin where you got like Typhlosion and Slaking and things like that. They've been ruined forever. Artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, have you guys seen the thing about what his motivation for what he did was in his manifesto?
Well, he had back surgery.
He
and
had
couldn't
back
have sex
surgery.
anymore because of the pain or something in his back.
But his mother suffers a nerve condition, and they were insured by whoever that
United, was it?
United.
I also heard it was his family runs aged care facilities, like well-regarded ones, and that insurance company had bought out all the competition in that whole state. They had like a monopoly and were like pushing his family business out of the industry and replacing it with just like bargain basement bullshit care facilities.
And apparently their healthcare. So like his mum's nerve condition meant that she could barely walk, like ever. And apparently their healthcare limited her to like two GP visits per year or 2 specialist visits per year, like limited access to medication and all this sort of stuff that the American health industry does. The least efficient and least effective healthcare system in the developed world.
It is. The thing is,
I would be hesitant to call the US a part of the developed world.
Well, no, because the US is 53rd
strongest
world
economy in the
countries.
world.
Yeah, it's 53rd world countries with a military budget that could kill God.
That's the one, yeah. But I think, when we're getting serious for a second, I think the definition of a third world country is when, like, to do with a divide between the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
And the US has that.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure by definition it is a third world country.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Piece of shit country.
The lobby groups for the health insurance companies are so strong. I don't know if anything meaningful change will come out of this, but it'd be nice to have some sort of like Senate inquiry into health insurance because they need to be raked over the coals. Let's be honest. So there was a lot of Breloom on Twitter.
Yeah. Understandably so.
Understandably so.
Yeah.
Breloom is just a little guy, and now he stands for the right for all to access healthcare.
Yeah. He's what Amoongus is to trans rights, apparently.
Yeah, as is to like
He's just so good. He's
And
got nice eyebrows.
anti-capitalism.
Bro, if Amoongus is trans rights, then Breloom is class consciousness.
Yeah.
yeah.
Base.
I couldn't think of the word.
Yeah.
Why does every representative of our struggle get spore?
Yeah, I wonder what Parasect is going to be.
When in reality they're waking us up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toad
I
Scroll,
like that.
Toad Scroll, it's time to stand up and, do something.
Do something.
Brute Bonnet is going to fight against racial segregation.
What? Because it's a dark type?
Toad Scroll is going to fix the Middle East.
Mark?
The answer
Toad
is
Scroll is going to resolve the Middle Eastern conflict and also save Ukraine, all in one.
yep.
Watch Toad Scroll be anti-war with the dude that literally has like a tank barrel for a nose.
We'll find out one day. Someone will leak like a Putin like text and be like, "I hate Toad Scroll," and then everyone will be like, "Rise up, Toad Scroll fans." I don't know much. Not much Twitter drama. It was pretty much those two things. One thing was interesting. So shout out Diego, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yep. Friend of me. Follows me back on Twitter now. Hi, Diego. Diego went on the Twitter webs and complained online that people were double protecting and getting double protects off in front of his, because he runs hard Trick Room.
He does.
And everybody knows that the one way to beat Trick Room is you just stall out by clicking protect as often as you can, repositioning, trying to live long enough to be able to reverse sweep, right?
Yeah.
And it's a valid strategy because hard Trick Room is obviously something that is difficult to beat unless you do that. So either stop Trick Room getting up, or then you just stall it out. So he went online complaining about people getting double protect. And then on Tub Takes, an inferior podcast, Alex Underhill went for blood against Diego, saying like, what do you expect to happen when you run hard Trick Room, mate? Like, this is like, obviously you got to expect people to double protect in front of you. Like, this is not a reason to get upset, blah, blah, blah. So I enjoyed that beef.
Yeah.
Now that I'm on Team Diego.
We have to fight Alex Underhill now.
Is Alex Underhill now enemy of the show? I don't know. I'm putting it to our listeners.
Let us know
on the debate
on our Twitter, in our Discord.
See, I don't know. I don't reckon Diego was getting as salty as Alex claimed. I just think Diego was just like, what the fuck is with all this double protecting? And Alex Underhill's just like, oh, what do you guys expect? And Diego's like, no. What is protect? I've never heard of that move.
Why would you click it twice? Why would you have it twice?
He's like, why do you have two Pokemon with protect? That makes
that's
no
absurd.
sense.
Diego, if you're listening, look, come over to my place. I'll get a nice bottle of Chilean wine, and we will talk about what protect is. I'll show you everything you need to know. All right, we'll do it, a very one-on-one personal tutorial
On
With-
protect.
over
With
dinner,
protection,
over a candlelight dinner.
Well, wait, are you going to cook him? Are you brave enough to cook him paella?
As long as I don't have to put seafood in it. I'm a fan of original paella without seafood, and everyone's putting fucking seafood in it now. I don't like it.
I don't mind just like a few prawns. Don't make it like heavily seafoody, but like a few prawn tails around to just give it a look.
Few prawn tails.
Prawn tails?
We had a before I forget, we had a VGC challenge on the weekend. A very small 7-person one. It was at a Sunday. Everyone was over. Everyone's like exhausted
with
after
reg age.
done with reg
And
age. But
regionals, of course.
Shout out to Ashley Coe, friend of the show. She does
Friend of the
listen
show.
now. Our rivalry continues. She's now she beat me. She trashed me 2-0 in rounds of the challenge with her Politoed team. She was using Politoed before Wolf Glick was.
Incredible.
She was
Stop
onto-
getting
she
beaten
was
up
onto
by
it.
children, Chris.
She
Yeah,
is
probably
18. No, she's 18. She's an adult, legally an adult. I'm not getting beaten up by a small child.
Okay.
So she could be my new
Okay,
arch
Chris.
nemesis. I mean, she's nicer than Takumi, that's for starters. She does shit talk a little bit, but like it's like friendly banter.
You can tell it makes her uncomfortable.
She doesn't
Yeah.
go for the jugular like Takumi does. But shout out to Ashley Coe. You're on the Politoed train before Wolf Gloss, and you did kick my ass. We're now 2-1 in her favor.
Ashley Con Perish. No.
I will see her in Reg G. I will see her in Reg G, and I will win the next one. I vow.
I don't know. I reckon her training weights are off, and by that I mean she's just finished her ATAR.
Rock Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can actually focus on being an adult and being an adult Pokemon player.
Yeah.
And making a career out of it.
Rock Lee.
All that, all that,
There
all
we
that
go.
prize money.
Yeah. One can dream about that prize money.
I still like to maintain that I'm a future regional champion, but it's looking less and less likely every year.
Yeah.
Yeah, as more and more children enter the fray.
Yeah.
And the children,
More and more
these
Easterners come
children-
for our points.
These children don't have responsibilities. They grew up with like Pokemon being fed to them by like, our generation made Pokemon cool. They are, riding our coattails, and they owe a lot to us.
Okay, boomer.
You're a boomer as well. And we're not boomers, we're millennials.
I know.
We're all millennials. Everyone shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We're basically the boomers of Pokemon. Let's be honest.
You guys are boomers of the millennials.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm towards the back end of millennials.
I'm towards the back end of millennials.
When are they going to have like a senile division in Pokemon after Masters? Like just the
Honestly.
oldies.
Veterans win.
Sometimes I'll go back and I'll read like something awful forums from like 2003 and I'll be like, holy shit, this is even more ancient history than World War II. It's like, I'll listen to jazz fusion from the 70s and be like, this is more cutting edge than the early internet. Like,
More cutting.
are you
edge
guys
than-
picking up the vibe that I'm putting down right now?
Sure.
Sure.
No.
I'm saying we're fucking old.
We are. And look, before I forget, look, I got to, like, if I don't get to mention these idiots' names, they're going to get in trouble. Lewis Tan, shout out. So you could say I didn't. So if you got this far in the episode, shout out to Lewis Tan, friend of the show, multi-boy in Adelaide.
Are we really giving Easterners shout outs out of
Look,
obligation?
because if we don't, they'll get on our Discord and complain.
Shout out to Nick Khan for existing.
Yeah, they can't.
yeah.
Can't go past without mentioning him.
Shout out Diego Ferreira.
Yeah, look,
We've done that.
what did you say now? Redacted. Nick Khan, I don't actually know if you were at Toronto because apparently I don't know what events you go to, but well done in your performance at Toronto, Nick Khan, if you were there.
Yeah. If you did go to Toronto, congratulations on your performance. You did very well.
Did you know he went 8-3 at Sacramento?
Oh,
I didn't know that
We
actually.
didn't.
We did. We really did.
We did not.
Friend of the show, Nick Khan, subscribe. Same with you, Lewis Tan, subscribe. You post in the VGCWA Discord about our show. How about you get in our actual Discord and subscribe and you can post your complaints there. And then we'll take you more seriously.
And you can give us your top 10 Pokemon and we'll rate and review it.
Yeah, I would love to rate Lewis Tan's top 10 Pokemon.
Do you reckon Togedemaru is up there for him?
Oh, that would be funny.
It would be.
Lewis, get in contact with us. Tell
Let
us.
us know.
But don't give us a top 10 unless you subscribe.
Yeah. It won't be reviewed unless you're subscribed. Dan.
Dan Baguli, future brother-in-law.
We should have Chris. No, sorry, we should have Chris's sister in for an interview with. Make sure Dan's on the.
Oh, do we really want to look at those two? Like,
We'll have a towel for her.
we can put some.
She can sit on a towel.
we can put some tarps down on the ground.
God, I need to stand between them with like with Mark's broom.
and a spray bottle.
Yep.
Yeah, one in each hand.
Sounds
Ready
like,
to go.
sounds like they'll be spraying enough.
I
I
think Dan would be more uncomfortable with her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I need
More
to defend
uncomfortable than
him.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to protect my boy.
Yeah.
One of the conditions of Claire subscribing is that we give her a shout out every episode. So
Shout out Chris's sister.
We were
Yeah,
already
apparently-
doing that.
apparently she is going to play Reg G.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be any good.
I think she's just.
If she wants to borrow a
she's-
shit Kyogre team, hit me up.
she's
If she
planning-
wants to
she's
borrow a
doing that.
slightly better Cali Ice team,
If she wants to borrow a Japanese Miraidon. Surely she's just doing that to fuck with Alfie.
Maybe.
Mess
I
with
think
that
she's
poor
fucking
kid's
with
head.
everybody, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is why I like Claire.
Yeah.
Dim the Sim
She
VG,
speaks her mind.
fellow,
This is why I respect you, Claire.
Yeah.
fellow Australian content creator Dim the Sim VGC subscribed to the O2 Drop.
He did.
And
Very good.
to the bottom card. And also, he came finalist at Perth Regionals. He posted a video out talking about his team, and he's going to do a Wolf Glick style tournament run video with reenacted video, battles and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, from Perth Regs.
I will be watching that intently. Because I was one of his opponents, so I will be watching Dim.
You're going to make sure he recreates it accurately.
I just want to make sure he says something nice about me, because otherwise, you know what happens?
List.
Exactly. I will be listening.
Speaking of lists,
You'll be listening.
as we come towards the end of our final episode for 2024, should we list the things that we're thankful for in 2024?
Smooth segue, Joel. But yes, we should do that.
It was pretty
I'm just
smooth.
thankful I made it to the end of 20. Which is not the end. It's not the end yet, but
Yeah,
like
me
I
too.
almost made it to the end.
Yeah, don't speak too soon.
We get run me over in the car park
There's still
afterwards.
time.
Maybe. No, I just washed the car.
I voted for Iron Bundle. All right, I'm on your
Yes,
side.
you did.
Who'd like to lead us off? Mark.
I'll go first. I am thankful for all of the judges and the people who made all of our events possible this year. We have had so many events. You can't fucking move for like it. If you go back even just a year or two, there was a time when we were trying to get points events, and then we got points events. It was like, guys, there's a challenge on at Cannington, and everyone's like marked it in their calendar. And now it's got to the point where it'll be like, hey, are you coming on Sunday? Oh, why? What's on Sunday? Oh, it's a challenge. I've
You're
got
like,
laundry to do.
Didn't we
Like,
just have a
it's-
challenge?
Yeah,
Last Sunday.
There's so many of them that people are just like, I'll come if it's a cup. Right? Like,
Wasn't Alfie complaining about there being one every week?
yeah, he was.
He
And
was
it just
planning
like
that there wasn't one on a
Yeah.
weekend. It's
Yes, that's
It's
right.
like, brother, we went 3 months without a challenge. At
We
one
used to
point.
go like
But that was before he was
we
born.
used to go
so-
1 month without a locals without any CP
We
online.
used to
right?
fill our
forget-
weekends with like our own meme events just to get
Yes.
keep people engaged.
Not so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for all the people that made that possible. I'm thankful that we still have the Perth Regional Championships.
Yes.
It was
Big shout
we
out
were
to
all
ESL.
We were
big
very
shout out to
worried.
ESL. We were all very concerned that we were going to lose it.
That was this year, wasn't it?
Is this our 10th anniversary of Perth Regionals, or was it more than that?
I don't
Sure.
It's
know.
been a long-standing tradition in
I-
Australia now.
I think
Perth Regionals.
It depends how you define it, because I think previously it wasn't considered like a regional championship.
Yeah, well, it was regionals run by Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's probably like 7 or 8 years that it's been TPCI.
Okay.
We've had more than like Sydney, and maybe even Melbourne. I have to go back and count them all. But yeah,
But yes, I am grateful for all of our events and all of the fantastic people who make them possible, because, we know that they wouldn't be possible without those fantastic people.
some improvements
And that-
could be made though.
I mean, sure, always. And we've talked about that ad nauseum, but to like look at where we've come from and where we are now, I am grateful.
I feel it pertinent to name drop Drax Cable in particular.
Oh, absolutely.
yes.
Yes.
Life
I think
member of the
we
list.
have shown him
Life member of the
life.
list.
Damn. I thought you were going to say
True friend of the show.
life member of the
and
show. Yeah.
Cornerstone
Of the
of
community.
the WAVGC
We have
community.
shown him so much appreciation, and it will never be enough. So shout out to Drax, who I believe is taking a well-earned break from judging after this. So Drax, if you're listening, I hope to see you at events, sitting across from me at the players' table.
Yes, please. Hit me up for a team friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Love to see more of that. And I'm sure I'll be inspired to be grateful for more things as we talk about it. But for now, Chris, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for all the friends that I get to make in the Pokemon community. People that I meet, it's just people like.
All the friends that you get to alienate by putting them on a list.
Exactly. But also just the people you just meet at events and like, he's a cool guy. Like, add me on Discord, add me on Instagram, whatever. People like Maddie Bursa, who I met at Perth Regionals, who actually listened to our episode last week and comment and messaged me and was like, thank you for putting me onto this. That was great. I really enjoyed it. You guys are really funny. We know we're funny. We could have told you that. But thank you for listening. People like that, people like Ashley, people like that who are like new to our Perth community, and we're just going to keep getting them down to events.
Yep.
Because we need to drown out the Takumis of the scene. So
An 11-year-old lives rent-free in your head.
he does. And he's piece of shit deadbeat father as well. His older brother, oh God. You know what? Yeah, fuck him too. Uichi,
It's hard to argue with an IC champion, though.
oh, I do all the time.
Yeah, regularly.
I'm grateful for my renewed passion in the game. I'm gonna give a shout out to Shuckle before I forget. Because Pokemon Horizons anime
Yes.
actually had an episode with Shuckle, and the girl literally picked up the Shuckle and sat down in the kitchen and just started drinking from Shuckle with a straw.
straw in Shuckle
In
and
Shuckle's
stuff,
shell.
sucking out juice.
It fermented berry juice. This is legit. Ethan's looking at me like I'm talking shit.
No, Pokemon Horizons, it is actually
Actually-
a thing. Mere months after we first spoke about
We
it.
called it a walking goon bag and said that we should just pick it up and drink from it. Like
That wasn't that long ago.
yeah.
No.
And now Pokemon have copied our idea.
It is official law
official law.
that humans drink out of
I
Shuckles.
love this. Just getting shit faced on Pokemon Horizons. Fuck that.
So I've got a Shuckle plushie, so I expect it to make a presence on some of our socials soon because I'm going to take photos with it.
Nice.
I like that.
I'm grateful for meeting my future husband Diego Ferreira. Thank you, Diego. What else am I thankful for? I'm thankful for all the people that are going to campaign to get me unblocked on Twitter by Wolf Glick. I'm sure there's lots of those people that are going to campaign for me, right? Yes. And they're all nodding secretly while they're listening right now. Yep.
Sure.
Shout out
This
to
is the sound of me nodding my head.
Absolutely.
Fuck you, Mark.
Man.
Shout out to all my homies in Chile and Sweden. We're huge there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I think of anything more. Shout out to Tyranitar. Still doing well.
If I can just jump in and piggyback off that real quick before we
Oh,
get to
God,
Ethan.
go on. Sure, fine.
I'm grateful for everyone who I shouted this out last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. I am grateful for all of the people who approached us at Perth Regionals to say that they are fans of the show. I am thankful for just not just the fact that people are listening, but for the positive feedback, the fact that people are giving a shit about the show. I think that's what I'm most grateful for. So just on the community that you build and those people in particular that we met over the weekend, last weekend, I'm grateful.
Absolutely.
One more shout out from me. I am thankful for Daniel Walker because he makes me feel like a sane person in comparison. Every day now I'm getting Reg G team sheets. So he told me today that he's addicted and he spends 8 hours a day on Showdown Team Builder. And
Does this man work?
The stuff that he sent me.
I mean, to be fair, that's what I do 8 hours a day at work.
I'm looking at a Ting Loon and I'm looking through the conversation. There's a Ting Loon, he's nicknamed Groudon. It's very concerning.
Yeah.
There's a fucking Trevenant.
Why not?
So
Why?
we just wait till we get him on the show. He'll tell you all about it. Don't you worry about that. Yeah. And I'm shout out. I can't believe we have a podcast. I remember talking about like, would it be cool if we did a podcast in Perth?
Yeah.
For years.
And now we have like subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're in the top 50% of global podcasts.
And we are like a quarter of the way to having a Mark Murray nude calendar. That is how serious this is.
Shit.
Like a heart attack. Yeah.
I need to stop over promising things. So I'm like, I was like, if we get to 100 subscribers, I'll
like 100 is
take
barely
photos with my
attainable.
cock out. And it's looking like it might happen. It's like,
I love how like this region.
All right.
People are like, oh, I know your voice. Are you from the O2 Drop? Next time it's going to be, I've seen your dick before. Are you from the O2 Drop?
Oh, I'd know
it
that
is.
anywhere. Yeah.
I know that bulge anywhere.
all right, Ethan,
Oh,
we're skipping your turn. Joel, what are you thankful for?
yeah. I'll just wait until bottom cut, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hit us, Ethan.
Well, I mean, I don't really have much to say that hasn't already been said by these gorgeous, lovely people. I mean,
Just to jump in there before you keep going.
yeah, well, fuck this guy in particular. I've been in this community a long time, and everything that's been said about the community right now is demonstrably true. I would say there have been times in VGC Perth's history from back in the Poker Collectic days in 2009 and such, where we had some not great people in the community, and like the small size of it and some of the toxicity that we had to deal with, especially Drax, which is why I shouted him out. It held us back in a lot of ways. And I think ever since around 2019, 2020 or so, when all these fantastic people started coming in no particular order, Jared Clappin, Mark Murray, Jordan Lamb, guys like Chris coming back.
The three of us all entered the community at exactly the same time.
Yeah, I really do believe that was a turning point with no irony, full sincerity. Yeah, and people like Chris and Sebi coming back from the old times when they realized that there wasn't that much more shit around, and just this momentum that we seem to have at the moment, podcasts and CP events and cups.
Even Alex Paul was at the challenge on.
I was about to
weekend.
say, you know who's come back is Alex Paul.
Yeah, he was, and actually, no, he's such a good player. I used to be quite intimidated by him, and used to like never think I could go talk to him. I paired up against him, and he was just the most like chill, down to earth dude.
He's the most personable guy. Like
Yeah.
I played him so back before he took his hiatus to go have a family and be happy.
Gross, disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. I played him a couple of times, and he was like he was put on a bit of a pedestal when I first started. He was one of the two like really good players in Perth.
This was before Kieran was born, so
Yeah,
And he was
exactly.
He was
yeah.
also hot too, and I didn't know if he was gay or not.
Yeah, look,
then he had to go and have a kid.
They ruined everything, ruined their fantasy.
but yeah, I played him a couple of times, and he's just like a really fun guy to play against.
Yeah,
Doesn't get salty, chill, approachable. So shout out to him. He listens apparently. Apparently he came back after a couple of years of like not playing VGC, and he listened to the podcast. And listening to this, he said, "Wow, the skill level in Perth has increased drastically because I'm listening
that was
to these
his
guys."
takeaway.
Genuinely, he said, I'm listening to what these guys takes on competitive, and they all know what they're talking about. I was like, "Wow, Jesus, that's never been said
That's
about us
new,
before."
yeah.
Do we?
We do get a bit of osmotic knowledge just from getting beaten by Kieran and Alistair over and over.
Yeah.
We do.
Oh,
tend to
that's
pick up
why
a
we
few
have those
tips.
two on the show, is to give like the good insight.
Yeah,
The best insight.
Okay, well, if you don't mind, Mark, I was in the middle of something.
So anyway, moving on.
But no, I feel like all of these things are like very indicative of just the improvement in the atmosphere in this community. Like all of these great people coming together a few times a month to just play Pokemon and shit talk with each other and be great friends. That's what attracts good people into the community, and that's what makes us grow.
All these great people and Alfie really coming together.
Look.
Yeah, I am very thankful for the Perth community allowing me to start the podcast. It's something that was spoken about a lot, as we've already alluded to. And I wanted somebody to start it so badly, and I just got to the point where I was like, fuck it, this is going to be my Misogi for 2024, which for those who don't know, Misogi is like a Japanese tradition of doing something really big in a year to like mark your year. So I thought, fuck it, I'll be the guy that does the podcast. And the Perth community has adopted it so much. Everyone wants to be on it. Everyone wants to be part of it.
That's something I'm thankful for.
Yeah, it's just
so much support.
Please don't kick me off.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. Unironically, I'm grateful for Sliff for stepping back from being
I'm grateful that Sliff fucked up.
No, and I mean that like he just made it easier to manage. Like we had 6 people to begin with.
Oh yeah.
And it was like trying to get 4 people out of 6 on all the time.
Yeah.
5 is just like so much easier to handle.
Yep.
People can be sick, people can be off. We can run a 3-man, we can run a 4-man.
Just enough redundancy to make it okay.
Absolutely. I'm super thankful to everyone who's decided to support the podcast by being a subscriber.
Especially Jamie Hodge.
Yeah.
We have to give our shout out to our biggest fan.
Number one fan,
Number
Jamie
one
He
Hodge.
continuously shares photos of him injecting us like we're heroin
It's amazing.
or smoking us in a crack pipe.
If anyone hasn't checked out the episode where he appeared, definitely do that.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Absolute cracker. It's amazing that we just have the freedom to run this podcast now without any thoughts of where money's going to come from or whatever, because people are getting behind us and they're like, we love what you do, keep doing it, we're going to support you with this small monthly contribution to your guys' costs. And that's astounding to me. I am really thankful to Easterners for enjoying this as well, because we honestly were just like, let's just make a podcast for the local group. And like right now, the most recent episodes, Perth listens are like 50% of total.
That's awesome.
Which is baffling to me that we are, the Victorians, the New South Welshmen love it. And the fact that we're getting international listens, several hundred listens out of America and Canada, big in Japan and Sweden.
Yeah.
Like Chile, like crazy. It's
also it's one thing to have your friends and people listen to your stuff or like engage with the things you make. It's another thing to have people you've never had an interaction with before just like engage with and enjoy what you're creating, like completely free of that obligation of just like, oh yeah, I'm your friend, I should probably check this out.
Yeah.
Right. So that's huge.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get to take part in the full experience of Perth where people that we had never met before were coming up to and being like, hey, you guys are the O2 drop, because I was unfortunately locked into judging. But
yeah,
if you're a new listener who picked up our QR code from Perth regionals, I hope you're enjoying it. Give us some feedback about what's going on our Twitter at the O2 drop _VGC, and we will set up a blue sky under the same name.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we should set up a blue sky. I've heard it's better.
Yeah.
I was just reading a Twitter post from Dimson VGC. He's atted Cybertron and James Beck, pleading one of them to cover his regionals team on one of their videos on YouTube.
But take it from me. If you do not want that.
If you want them to do a video, you have to move to Perth. They
Be on the O2 drop, and either one of these two will steal your team and put it on their YouTube channel.
Just quickly, while we're talking about YouTubers, I was just so stoked to get Andy LaVGC.
Yeah, that was cool.
I just love his videos. He's just such a funny guy. And he actually actually, replied and back to us and actually wanted to come on the podcast. And that was cool. That was one of my biggest highlights of the podcast this year.
Yeah, big shout outs to Andy LeVGC and big shout out to the Hahn brothers, Chris and Kevin Hahn, for agreeing to be on. God, it was hard to not swear while interviewing you guys. But appreciate you guys for coming on the show as well. And, we have some plans to get big names on the show with us as well in 2025. So we are going to go into a little 2-week break and do lots of planning and lots of thinking about what 2025 is going to look like for the O2 drop. There's not much else to say other than big thank yous to everyone who engages with us and helps make this something. Because honestly, it was just set up for our locals, and the fact that it's branched out is baffling. Yeah. It's hard to believe.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I hate the word surreal. And it's not quite that, but it's almost.
Yeah. Beyond what we were expecting.
Absolutely.
Oh, and we got business cards now. That was cool. It's a highlight.
Yeah, I'm thankful for the business cards.
Yeah,
I'm thankful
they were
for
fun.
Drax printing them.
Yeah, thanks for Dan for designing.
Yes.
And thank you to Drax.
I'm so thankful for Dan. He's done basically any genuine graphic design work that you've seen on our Twitter or
All my Wolfie memes.
yeah, or like the logo. It's all Dan Biguli. He does an incredible job. Any kind of badly done shit post that looks like it was done on MS Paint, that was me.
Yeah.
But the
Still
good stuff
peak.
was Dan.
Still peak.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm grateful for that feedback. All right. Do we want to
Shall we go out with a bang?
pull these crackers and give a Christmas sign off?
Yeah. Hey, Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas to all.
Hang on,
And to all a good night.
let me sit up. I'm old and broken.
Stay safe out there. Look after yourself, look after your family, look after your friends. We're about to go out with a bang, but otherwise... Oh, shit. Ethan.
Oh, no. How are we doing
We're
this?
trying to put
Okay.
crackers.
Trying to form a circle to pull Christmas
There
cards.
we go.
This is-
This is so... I love this community.
Until 2025.
Hey, Joel.
Hay is for horses.
My goal for 2025 is to kill you. Thank you. If we want to do that again, hey Joel. Hey Ethan.
Hey, Mark.
I've got a joke for you.
Oh, do you?
Who is never hungry at Christmas?
Your mother.
Gingerbread man.
No, my mother is always hungry.
4.
Success. For the grind.
What's the answer?
The answer to the question, who is never hungry at Christmas, is a turkey, because it is always stuffed.
What do elves use to clean their hands?
Hand sanitizer.
Sanitizer. It's awful. I've got a better one though. Why are pine trees bad at sewing?
Because they're full of needles.
Because they keep dropping their needles.
That's not bad.
Who says, oh,
Your mother.
Santa walking backwards?
Oh no.
Hey, Joel.
Hay is for horses.
How does snowman get around?
Snowmobiles?
That would be pretty funny. Probably funnier than
That'd
what
be
I got
dope.
here.
Yeah.
They ride an icicle.
What do Santa's elves like to eat on cold days?
Snow cones?
Alphabet soup.
Nice.
Nice.
I've got another one. What do tinned pineapple and I have in common?
Ooh.
Your rings are both delicious.
Oh.
That's pretty good. I was going to say both tinned pineapple and I both come in chunks.
Very good.
Merry Christmas, everyone.